Hello everyone. Next video. Wanted to talk to you about feelings of anxiety. How you feel on a day-to-day basis. I'm going through some stuff at the moment over the last few days. I'm not sure if anyone else is experiences symptoms like these. But yeah, I mean, what I want to talk about today is essentially sort of muscle tension, muscle stiffness, um, which can then lead to panic attacks. I get it a lot in terms of my arms or an arm, just one sometimes, just one. Um, Stiffness within the muscles, the joints, the fingers, sort of from the top of your shoulder all the way down to your fingers. And it comes and goes, varies between both arms. And it's hard to get away from because I get it a lot. It's a newish symptom, something I never started out when this sort of kicked off. Mine kicked off when 2003. I'm 30 next month. A long time. And that's a scary thing because sometimes you won't have anything for years, and then other times you'll have a new symptom every few weeks, few days, and you'll have one symptom that goes on for weeks or months and then comes and goes and then disappears, and then you'll have another one. That seems to be where I am at the moment. A lot of it is muscle cramps, muscle tension, stiffness. A lot of it feels like your arms almost seizing up, like frozen. You know, the tension becomes so bad and so unbearable that you find yourself almost not able to relax your sort of fingers like that. They sort of claw up, you know, and I find myself constantly grabbing things. I've got a lighter there, and I'll grip onto it like that because I need to do it. And if I let it go instantly and go like that, it feels like I'm not in control of it, because it's strange. As soon as you let go and you try and relax, you get that feeling of like almost adrenaline. It feels like something like a horrible wave of like warm water like rushing through your arm, and it sort of almost puts you into like a depersonalization scenario where it almost feels like you're going to lose complete control of it. You'll see it as well. You've probably seen it in this video that I'm doing. A lot of sort of tics, like clearing of the throat and a lot of force of breath, and something I've had for years. Because it's constant tension, constant cramps and seizing up of muscles in sort of top to bottom. You know, I get that a lot. You'll see that, you know, as I do more videos and stuff, you'll see little flicks and twitches and like that. And it's hard to control because you feel, even talking to you now, I probably sound quite out of breath. Again, doesn't help. Awful. I gave up smoking for like 5 years. And a lot of my symptoms went away. Smoking over the years, and a heavy smoker at that now. Completely aggravates any situation that you're in. And it's awful because you're stuck. You're sort of caught in that situation where you need to smoke because if you don't, you feel crap. You have withdrawal symptoms and get agitated and feel shit. But then you do smoke and you get these sorts of feelings. I've done it before where I've stopped smoking and felt okay. And then I think, oh great, you know, I've been feeling really good the last few weeks. I'm going to start smoking again. It's probably not going to happen. And then bang, all of a sudden I'm smoking again and the arms are stiff and they hurt, and it's just mad, you know. It's a constant battle, it's a constant cycle. Recently I've been just trying to, one way I've been trying to help it, if it's something you are going through, is as tough as it sounds like a really stupid, obvious, nonsensical way of doing it, but it's just to let it go. You know, I had an incident just a few weeks ago. It felt like sort of stroke-like symptoms where my arm had completely seized up. This one here, my right arm. And it felt like, my palm red and my arm white. That's weird. Yeah, it felt like it was completely gone. You know, like I'd seized up that much that I was going to lose all function of it. And I went into complete panic. I went to try and phone my missus, because that's, again, distraction technique. Make a phone call or go and talk to somebody and take your mind off it. Naturally, it was quite late at night, so her phone was off, she was asleep. Thanks for that, love. So what I did is just went back into my room, shut the door, a few deep breaths, and I actually tidied my room up. Just put some clothes away, took clothes out of drawers, refolded all my shirts and organised my boxers and my socks and things like that. And after a time, it started to sort of ease off, and it was, again, it's distraction. But another part of that, if you don't have that distraction, is to you've almost got to try and mock it. You've got to try and minimise that feeling and make it feel minuscule. Because that's a lot of problem with anxiety. People are afraid. They're afraid of certain situations, and their mind lets it manifest into something that it shouldn't be, and that it isn't. And it's like, oh, if I do this, this is going to happen. And it's that continuous fear, and you've got that monster and that demon that turns around and says, yeah, that's right, I'm going to fucking tear you up. This is going to hurt. This is going to be shite. But yeah, it's almost a question of, sometimes if you don't have that distraction technique, it's keeping it at bay, making it stupid, making it feel insignificant, and that you are better than that problem. You're in control of it, not that demon that sits there and tries to fuck you about. And I've had it, where I just sit there and I'll completely relax. I'll put my arms on my lap and I'll just sit there and I'll take a look around and what I'm doing, and I won't let it get to me. Unfortunately, you'll find yourself in that situation where if you're on a bus or a train or at work, people might not know who you are, people might not know your circumstances, and it's difficult because you don't have anyone to turn to. And you don't have that option of distraction techniques. So sometimes it's almost just worth being on your own and dealing with it in your own little bubble. And saying, no, forget it. All of a sudden, your arms start seizing up, or you find that lump in your throat returning, or the heartbeat palpitations kicking in. Just ignore it. Just think of anything else. Just something else in your head. What you're doing later that evening, what you might need to do at work, or a conversation you had with someone. And at the same time, you've almost got to treat it like a toddler, like a really annoying, sulky toddler. When you're having a conversation with someone or doing something, and that little shit is trying to turn around and say, oh, I want this, oh, I'm going to play up, and you just got to turn around to it and say, no, hang on, I'm busy, I'm talking, I'm currently doing something, you can wait. And you have to treat it in that sense, and your mind will slowly adapt. It will take time, but your mind will slowly adapt, where it will turn around and say, yeah, I'm in control of this, not you. You can wait. You can try and do this, but I'm not going to let you. So you can just hold off. And it will get better. And you will find that, where it takes time. And sometimes even now I can't convince myself as quickly or as reasonably as I should. But it's about overcoming that. And it's, turning around and saying, no, enough's enough. Enough is enough. So yeah, give it a go. If you've got any problems, then come back to me. If you want to talk about anything, it helps. Sometimes you just need that little distraction. And if you need to just sort of message me or give me a nudge, then yeah, go for it, and we'll see what happens. Because I always appreciate that help. I like to have someone just to talk to as a distraction sometimes, just to settle my nerves and put my mind at rest. I mean, even now, I think that's what I'm doing in the video. It's just, to keep me occupied for a bit. And if you've got any questions or anything, come back to me. I'm always happy to answer. If there's anything you've seen in the video, any questions about what I go through, what I have to sort of put up with, then yeah, give me a nudge. So yeah, I will see you soon. I'll post another one. We'll go over some other bits and pieces next time. So like, subscribe, everything else in between, all that jazz. Let me know how you're doing. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.